Let's continue with problems on page 498 of the text. We want to verify the identity. Number 36, cosecant of x times cosecant of x plus the sine of negative x is equal to the square of the cotangent. So starting with the more complicated side, I'll see if I can simplify that into the other side. So we'll start by rewriting cosecant of x as 1 over sine of x times 1 over sine of x. And sine of negative x is the same thing as the negative of the sine of x. And now, distributing 1 over sine through the parentheses, 1 over sine squared of x minus sine of x over the sine of x. And going backwards, 1 over sine squared is cosecant squared minus sine over sine is 1. And by the Pythagorean identity, that's the square of the cotangent, which is exactly what we wanted. Let's look at number 44, which takes a little different strategy. This time we are going to simplify the left-hand side as much as we can, simplify the right-hand side as much as we can, and make them equal one another. Let's start with the left-hand side. Now I see a fraction, and I know my Pythagorean identities tell me that 1 minus sine squared would be cosine squared. Let's see if we can use that fact to simplify that left-hand side. So I have 1 minus sine of x divided by 1 plus sine of x. One of our favorite tricks is multiplying by the conjugate, because that way I will end up with a difference of 2 squares on the bottom, which gives me 1 minus sine squared. So in the numerator, I have 1 minus sine quantity squared, which is the first term squared. Inners and outers gives me 2 times 1 times sine of x, and last gives me plus sine squared of x. In the denominator, I have the difference of 2 squares, just like I planned it, which gives me 1 minus sine squared of x. Now I can replace the 1 minus sine squared of x with cosine squared of x and divide it into pieces. So I have 1 over cosine squared minus 2 sine of x over cosine squared of x plus sine squared of x over cosine squared of x. 1 over cosine squared is secant squared minus 2. I have sine of x over cosine of x is tangent of x. That leaves me with 1 cosine of x in the denominator, which is secant of x, plus tangent squared of x. So I'm going to leave my left-hand side now and look at the right-hand side. The right-hand side was secant of x minus tangent of x squared. And when I square that, I get the first term squared. Inners and outers gives me 2 times the first term times the second term plus the second term squared. And now my left-hand side is equal to my right-hand side, and I have verified the identity.